Hey guys, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Had a little time, so I figured I'd see if I could sneak this important video in that you guys were all jonesing for to try to get the air cleared and give you a good understanding of where we're at. All right, so here's what we got. So, so why do we think it's going to happen in 2019? Let's throw some facts out there, okay? One of the things you guys already saw me do, where most of you guys were kind of introduced to me, was I compiled a whole list of facts through the whole first half of the year, and Iraq literally set the stage for this. Reconstruction agreements, trade agreements, okay? So for the whole first half of the year, they set the stage. Then I brought you key intel showing you they were on track and had plans to change the rate in the middle of the year. For example, I told you the markets would hit would hit highs. Okay, and with that said, you didn't have one market hit high. You had all three major markets, Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, all three of them kept hitting highs for 3 straight weeks. Tell me one period in your life where you've seen that happen, because you can't. Okay, guys, that should have been, like a lighthouse to you. I mean, it really stood out to me, seeing all the three top markets keep hitting record highs for 3 weeks. It wasn't one, it was the top three consistently. Guys, that was a huge indicator. Second, after Iraq finished the state, and by the way, the markets didn't even start reaching their highs till Iraq continued and resumed the formation of their government, because that's the linchpin in this, okay? And second, as Iraq finished setting the stage, they were just flapping their lips for a straight month and a half from the beginning of June into mid-July, okay, continuously and consecutively about reconstruction. And then about July 16th, roughly, you no longer heard about any of this. No, they stopped talking about the formation of the government. No more articles on reconstruction. And we haven't even seen any more articles on reconstruction. It just fell off the map, okay? Guys, that's because of the China trade, okay? Remember, Trump's in charge, and China has a lot of dinar, okay? So Trump and China's been screwing the U.S. for way too long. So Trump cannot allow China, because they hold a ton of dinar. Trump is using the reinstatement as a barter tool to force China into their obligations agreements. And guys, when I say we need to reach agreement on the trade agreement, it's literally one thing. China had an agreement with the U.S. to purchase agricultural products and so forth from the U.S. That's all he's asking them to do, is hold their end of the agreement, purchase agriculture items, and it's done. It's one simple thing. It's not a major ordeal, okay? Just wanted to clarify that with you. Just one little thing. Purchase agriculture products from the U.S. That's the agreement, and it's done, okay? It's just a small thing. Okay, so during the whole first, so why do we think it's going to happen in 2019? But again, they set the stage for this during the whole first half of the year. Okay, well, do you have any other facts for us? I do. Okay, within the last 2 to 3 weeks, guys, I showed you an article about 140. It came out shortly after the UN met with Iraq, okay? And in the article, what it said is that Iraq was working on, with committees and everything to try to get Article 140 implemented. But there was a key statement that I highlighted and pointed out, this key statement to you. In the article about Article 140, that article stated that Article 140 was actually calculated into the 2019 budget. The reason why is the Article 140 has monies in it that needs to get paid back to some of the Kurdish people that live in northern Iraq, around the Kurdish area, that were done wrong by Saddam Hussein. So they're owed severance money directly by the country by Iraq. They have to give them this money. But again, the money, this is post-RI because it involves money, just like the oil and gas law, the HCL. The money within the HCL, money within the Article 140, guys, that's post-RI, okay? But they told you that it was a 2019 budget allocation. What that means is because they allocated a post-RI money into the 2019 budget, they're telling you that they have plans to change the rate within the year of 2019. Okay, that's what I wanted to stress to you. Now, okay, so now that we know that they have plans and intentions of actually changing the rate in 19, where do we stand? What are we waiting on? Okay, well, let's get into that. Let's lay out the current facts that kind of walk us into what would be like a back wall. First off, guys, this whole video is my opinion and should not be used for financial advice, okay? But let's lay the facts out and that walk us up to what would be a back wall, okay? Here's what we have, okay? Iraq has laid out some key indicators. Okay, Iraq has laid out some key indicators for us that's solid, that have a lot to do with October, okay? And let me show you what's significant about that, okay? Iraq has told us in October they're going to end proxy positions within the government, okay? Let's look at what they've done recently. The last 3 to 4 weeks, they amended the 2019 budget. One of the big changes that were added, or reason why the budget was amended, okay, guys, what they did is they made a lot of financial cuts within the budget. That's why they amended it. One of the big cuts was reducing the size of the government, okay? Reducing the salaries, okay? That's why they are eliminating the proxy positions in October, is because they cut those positions out of the salary. Second, how many articles have you seen announcing vice presidents? They phased those out too. The vice presidents are gone, okay? So my point is, so they've done that. Now second, so you have the proxy positions ending. Okay, what else do we have with October, guys? Well, about 2-3 weeks ago, they just voted in a brand new central bank governor and just announced him yesterday morning, okay? And third, okay, they have NASDAQ is going to be putting online a brand new software platform for Iraq's ISX stock exchange. That goes live on 10/1, okay? So now here's the thing, guys. I have to mix a little bit of opinion in this because articles don't tell you everything, but what we're going to look at is the timing on this. Here's a part that we're going to call my opinion. Notice how they just voted in the brand new central bank governor. Actually, notice how they just did all of this at the same time, meaning they just amended the 19 budget, okay? They just brought in a central bank governor and a brand new stock trading platform by NASDAQ, the software package, okay? Notice how they just did all this around the same time, okay? All of those have to do with money. Well, what is a reinstatement? It's the movement of money, okay? Well, normally, guys, when you're looking at the movement of money, you would really want to look at accounting periods with that. When is the next accounting period? Well, Q4 starts on 10/1. Well, here's my point to you. Notice how they made all these changes shortly before 10/1 as if they're trying to set the stage for 10/1. Because they've already told you the proxies end in October. Well, they did that because that's a change in the budget. It's a reduction. It's a money reduction to save money, okay? Well, why did they do it now? So they could implement it in 10/1 because that shows and suggests that's the time period at which that amendment was for. That shows that they amended the budget to have it ready for the period of Q4 starting 10/1 based on timing, okay? Second, why did they just put a brand new central bank governor in? Well, again, this part's my opinion, but notice how they did it right before the start of Q4 10/1, so it shows and suggests that he's going to come on board and start his new position on 10/1. Guys, I'm trying to show you everything that looks like they've lined up for 10/1, okay? So with all that said, but okay, so it looks like we have the stage set with a lot of things that have to do with money positioned for 10/1, but okay, where are we at time frame wise? You know, I want to know. All we care about is time frame. When's this thing going down? Well, okay. Again, guys, now this is where we have to go back to our original statement that I've always said since day one with you guys. We got to see the formation of the government, okay? But the formation of the government isn't going to happen until September. They've already told us that. Now, in my opinion, it's going to be late September, okay? or I'm sorry, I personally feel that they'll finish the formation of the government somewhere around anywhere from mid-September to kind of the second half of September. That's my opinion. Okay, now let's talk about all the corruption right now, just to kind of clear the air and bring everybody, up to par on that. Okay, the central bank, back when they released that 5-year delay article from October of 2014, they clearly said that they were not going to delete the zeros until Iraq had a brand new formed government in place. Okay, well, they're most of the way there, but for example, they still have one former government official in place. That's the central bank governor, guys. He's not even out yet. The new central bank governor doesn't even come on board till roughly 10/1. Okay, so yeah, they've got to get the new government officials in place. And second, okay, I tried telling you, I said the rate's not going to change while they're cleaning up corruption, guys. You know what the cleanup of corruption is? It's an extension to putting new government officials. It's just an extension of that, okay? And it's also a layer of stability. If Iraq is cleaning up corruption, that's a layer of instability, okay? So, and again, but it's also an extension to what the CBI said, how they had to get the new formed government in place with the technocrats that are not part of any of the major, factions, okay? So that's where we're at, guys. You've got major things pointing to massive money movement on starting in 10/1. But my point is, such as, like I said, the budget amendment, okay? Second would be a brand new CBI governor. Again, this part's my opinion because they didn't give us a date as to when he starts. But notice how they made all their money moves at the same time, pointing and strongly suggesting Q4 10/1, okay? So that's where we're at, guys. Now, again, this part's my opinion. With the corruption, in my opinion, I think they're going to need about 6 to 8 weeks on the corruption. Notice how they started the corruption this week, which is the last week of July. That would be week 1. As you go through August, there's another 4 weeks. That's at 5 weeks. And then roughly the first 3 weeks of September. There's your 8 weeks, guys. From the first week, or from the last week of July into the first 3 weeks of September, there's your 8-week time frame for corruption. So where does that take us? Exactly to what I told you roughly a week ago. Okay, and this whole part's my opinion, my personal time frame that I think the rate change is going to happen. Again, this is just my opinion, my personal little time frame. I'm looking to the weekend of 9/21, 9/22, but the number one thing we need to see is facts align with that. Okay, don't just run off and say, oh, the rate's gonna, no. Look for the facts to be positioned to line up. That's what's gonna let you know the credibility of that time frame, okay? So that you're not running around and hoping and saying, well, Dinar Investor told us it's gonna happen this weekend. Yeah, I did say that. But look at the facts. That's what I stressed to you, is we have to see the facts, because right now all it is just an opinion, okay? And I lean more on facts than anything else. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. You guys, hope you have an amazing day and a great weekend. Take care.